Happy full moon in Virgo. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. I'm Danielle. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and it is an honor to share some community distance Reiki with you today. I've actually gotten a head start on the crystal grid for this evening, and it's built on the same exact grid that I used in the video that I just posted today. With the brain the full moon in Virgo ritual. You can go ahead and watch that as soon as you're done in here. Go ahead and enter any additional requests for the crystal healing grid in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to reflect them in the grid. Thank you so much for being here. If you happen to have the ability to do so from where you are right now, please go ahead and like the stream. That really helps folks to find out about me. And again, thank you for being here. It's great to see you all. I hope the weather is as mild wherever you happen to be as it is right here. It is just beautiful out. Awesome. So yeah, as I was saying, go ahead and enter any healing requests that you might have in the chat, or you can go ahead and request any specific crystals you would like to work with, and I will add them to the grid. Right now, we already have out some blue Kyanite, some Mahogany Obsidian, Numite, fossilized wood, polychrome jasper, tiger eye, fire quartz, and mystic merlinite, which also goes by indigo gabbro. But yeah, go on ahead. I'm more than happy to support any healing requests you might have. Absolutely. It's good to see you, by the way. Thank you for being here. Absolutely, I can put some pyrite in there. Pyrite. Hi! Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Karen, Cat Lady, and Michelle, I got you all. Cat Lady, you will be happy to find that that's actually pretty much something that's coming up with the full moon for sure. Things with clarity and making decisions and discernment and things like that. Yeah, we got you here. I have some Tiger Eye out, which is very helpful for making decisions. And I'll add even a little bit more. And let's see, negative emotions, allowing for self-love, absolutely. Absolutely. Putting out the pyrite now. Thinking some intuitively what's popping out for the emotions and inviting in self-love. What's popping in into my mind is actually howlite. So howlite is such an underutilized stone, I feel. So few people in the crystal world seem to work with it. I love it. It's excellent for a lot of those really difficult emotions. Yeah. Also for self-love and self-respect, and also just accepting ourselves as we are, I have blue kyanite. Lots of blue kyanite, really helpful with that. In fact, let's go ahead and switch over to the camera view so you can go ahead and see what I'm creating for you all. And any other requests, feel free to throw them right in there. Fantastic. Okay, here we go. Yep. We're starting to build that out. So here's our pyrite. Here is our howlite. howlite is excellent for things like anger, frustration, resentment, a lot of those really challenging kinds of emotions. Here's plenty of it. It's great for any kind of frustration as well. So yeah, it looks a little bit like marble. Some folks actually like white turquoise is a thing, but oftentimes when I see folks talking about white turquoise and pointing to it, like even on their jewelry, it's actually not white turquoise, it's howlite, which is a beautiful stone too. It's just not white turquoise. But yeah, it has some amazing healing properties. It's excellent for things like frustration, anger, resentment. Hello, happy full moon. I hope your Friday is going well too. Oh yeah, old identities bringing in self-worth. Absolutely. Absolutely. So many things are that all of you are requesting are so in alignment with this full moon. Let's see. Self-worth, definitely. Self-worth and self-acceptance. Blue Kyanite for sure. Gotcha there. Let's see what else we can bring out for that. Hope you all are doing well. I did just put up a video. It's a ritual that you can do yourself when the time feels right to you to make the most of this full moon energy. This energy will be at its fullest for the next couple of days, but the ritual is meant to bring you all the way through the next 2 weeks. So it's up on my channel. You can go ahead and watch it after this. There's even like a guide and things in the description that you can just download it. And yeah, lots of these themes are coming up for that. Absolutely, you're welcome. Let's see, self-worth. Amazonite, I think, will help us there. Let's start with that. Amazonite, I find to be really helpful for that. Amazonite can be excellent for so many things. So many things, but especially like loving ourselves, self-love, self-respect. This is some Amazonite for us. Amazonite can also be wonderful for things like coming to terms with transitions to a point, especially things like hospice. It's also great for like filling in the cracks of a broken heart. Let's add a little more here and here. Letting go of old stuff for sure. There is so much energy for that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the energy of the stones I already had set up for this full moon ceremony that I felt were really perfect for this evening, and then I'll fold in the meanings of your individual crystals too. Okay. So first we have in the center, we have what's known as fire quartz. It's clear quartz that formed in the ground close to where there was iron, so it picked up some of that reddish hue, and it gives it a deep grounding and kind of a fieriness to it as well, like a heaviness. Excellent for doing work with the root chakra and anything that can stir up fight or flight type things. So this cluster is wonderful for that. It helps to send the energy of this grid in all the directions. We've got Kyanite. As I said, it's getting to acknowledge ourselves and respect ourselves and love ourselves exactly as we are. It's also excellent for making the most out of our intuition, actually being able to understand the guidance that's there. We also have Pyrite by request. I love Pyrite. It's so wonderful for everything intuition related and being awake and aware. It also has its own natural protections built in. Absolutely love it. I'm so glad you requested it. Amazonite, as I just mentioned, is great for filling in the cracks of a broken heart and giving us a little bit of motivation and support. It's like the heart chakra and the crown chakra and the solar plexus almost all boiled up into one. It just sort of lifts your spirit quite a bit. We've also got Howlite for anger, resentment, frustration, and those more challenging emotions. And as I mentioned, I had plenty of stones set out already, including Indigo Gabbro or Mystic Merlinite, which actually helps illuminate our detrimental tendencies. So the ways in which we kind of undermine ourselves, the ways in which we sabotage ourselves. It helps bring those to light so that we can heal them. Polychrome jasper is excellent for renewing and rekindling our passion for our soul's purpose, getting us motivated, giving us a boost to go ahead down the path of following that. We've also got some fossilized wood, which helps us when we need to, like, letting go of old identities. This is an excellent stone for that. When we think about fossilized wood, remember it was a tree and now it is a rock, and it transitioned into that. It gives us the wisdom and the support to let go of the old versions of ourselves so that we can become something new. And that can be a real challenge. It's especially to sort of say, let our old self die so that our new self can be reborn. It can be really challenging. And so fossilized wood is excellent for that. So I hope that helps you. We've also got Numite, which is one of my favorite stones. I only started working with it recently. It is considered a rare stone, even though it's not technically rare. It's just that it's mined in Greenland, and it can only be mined a few months of the year because it's really frozen there. But this stone is about 4 billion years old, and as you can see, it is this dark black. It is a very hard stone, and you see those sort of white reflective spots that pop open. That is something that naturally happens in this stone, and it's called Labradorescence. It's not actually Labradorite, but it basically reflects light the same way Labradorite would. This Labradorescence of this white that we see shining out from this very, very dark matte stone is thought to signify that it helps to shed light and inspiration and bursts of support from the universe onto doing shadow work. So as we go in and we see the parts of us that we want to do the work on, the parts of us that need healing most, that can be a little bit more challenging, it brings us lots of inspiration and insight and love just bursting through out of that darkness. Love that stone. We also have Mahogany Obsidian, which is excellent for anything having to do with feeling stuck because you're worried that you won't be as good as you want, or that you won't be perfect. Anytime perfection is paralyzing, it can be an excellent stone. So anytime we're holding ourselves back because we're afraid we're not good enough, this one. Yeah. Cool. So any other requests? Oh, this feels so nice. I really love the Howlite and the Amazonite together. I'm so glad you all requested the things you did. Yep, blue Kyanite, so pretty. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure, and thanks again for following me over to YouTube. I really appreciate all the support to bring me over here, and the fact that I had at least this many people for the 4 o'clock, and then now at 8 o'clock, like it seems like we really didn't lose much momentum making such a big jump. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and get nice and comfy. Oh, thank you. This does feel like a really perfect grid. Ah, so glad y'all are here. So go ahead and get nice and comfy. You can sit up, you can lie down, you can be in whatever position feels comfortable and great for you. I'm going to turn the music up when I start the healing session, but before we drop into that, I just want to explain a little bit about how the session goes for anyone who might be new. Again, I'm Danielle. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Reiki for about 13 years. And doing Reiki over a distance is something I've done for a really long time. It's something that has been practiced for longer than Usui Reiki as a method has existed. And bringing it to something like YouTube is just something that we can do in the modern day and age. You got it. I love that. Peace and harmony for sure. And I think I can add a couple of things for that. I'm going to think about that for a moment. So as we get nice and settled, I'm going to connect with the Reiki energy, which is spiritually guided energy for the greatest good, and I'm going to essentially connect with that energy and direct a little bit more of it to you. Now, your body, mind, and spirit already know how to work with this energy because it's already flowing through you right now, and it always has been. It's one of the many energies that flows through our body that is all around us in everything and everyone has access to. With training and practice, you can connect with it a little better and even learn how to share it a little bit more easily with others. When I connect with this energy and direct it to all of you, your body, mind, and spirit are already going to know how to make the most of it, and already going to know how to best find balance, what to let go of, what to allow to flow in. So you don't need to focus on anything. You don't need to tell your mind to be quiet. You can even notice what thoughts come up. You can just sort of relax and see. Whether it's an intuition or a logical thought or our emotions coming up, it might be difficult to tell which of those it is. The cool thing is it doesn't necessarily matter. Just pay attention to like the things that pop up. If you feel like your mind might be racing or if you're not sure, just take a deep breath. And whatever's coming up is actually, no matter what part of you is kind of showing it to you, it's still sacred. So go ahead and just sort of be grateful for the message and continue to enjoy your session. At any time, if you feel like you need to get up, stretch, move, bend, grab a glass of water, like go ahead and do it. Come on back. The Reiki will continue to flow. For those of you who might be watching this in the future, hello from the past. Have a wonderful session. Just as Reiki energy is connecting all of us regardless of how far apart we might be, it's also connecting all of us regardless of time. So definitely feel free to relax and enjoy and allow this session to support you in whatever way feels great to you today. As I continue to send, you might feel inclined to fall asleep. You might get a lot of images. You might think, do I have to stay awake for this to work? You don't have to stay awake for this to work. You can totally relax and snooze if you want to. In fact, sometimes that's the most healing we can get. And during the session, I'll leave the crystal grid up so you can see it and glance upon it if you want, but you can close your eyes. You don't have to stare at it. At the end of our session, you'll hear my voice come back in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath. As you do that, I'll invite you to start to move, bend, and welcome you back. At any point in time, you can go ahead and ask any questions, especially right at the end. I won't talk during the sending, but I'll answer your questions at any point. And I'll be more than happy to support you with answers to your questions. If you're watching this later, or if you want to ask questions later, go ahead and write it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer. But yeah, I'm so grateful you're here. Another thing about community distance Reiki is that it utilizes the understanding of communal chi. Communal chi is the concept that the more folks come together with the same or similar intention, the greater that energy available for everyone. And so by being here and requesting help and looking for healing, even though our individual energies stay separate and protected, the simple fact that you're here and you're open to that and setting that intention actually does help positively impact the session of everyone else that's here. So thank you so much for being a part of this, and thank you to those of you who requested things in the grid. I did see a couple more messages come through in the chat. Yeah, definitely feeling helpless watching world events. Oh my goodness. And yeah, family stuff can be that way. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm honored to be here 5 times a week. This is great. I super love seeing all of you, and I just love being of service. This is just such a great way to neutralize any kind of separation, and it's as beautiful for me as it is for all of you. And peace and harmony for yourself and everyone. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm thinking about the world energy as a whole, sort of peace, healing. And I definitely feel like the first thing that was coming to mind as we were all talking about that was green onyx. Green onyx is a great stone for when we need love and support in our heart chakra, and all of that sort of love, support, compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, compassion from others. Green onyx can be wonderful for that, especially when it's tinged with some amount of grief. And if that's not right now, I don't know what is. So green onyx, it's a great stone for like peace as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some of that through. Yeah, onyx comes in all colors. Green onyx is something that you don't see a lot of, but man, if it's not healing, especially times like now. And it is really hard for those of us who are a little bit empathic. It's hard to see the suffering and to know that there's really nothing we can do to change it. The most we can do to change anything or to help anything is to simply take care of ourselves and do the best we can to be of support in any way we can. Taking part in fundraisers or even just sending love and light to anyone who wants it. Let's see, where else can I put a little more of this? I know. Let's do that. Let's do... Trying to think also of things that can harmonize group stuff. I think that's tourmalated quartz can help. This can hurt, can help, can't hurt. Something for a cold, absolutely. Let's do green kyanite. And we'll do rutilated quartz and tourmalated quartz. Rutilated quartz is great for getting better from any kind of illness, like to kind of help support our immune system and get our energy, our chi back after being sick. It can also help calm and harmonize energy of groups to a point, as can tourmalated quartz. This is actually black tourmaline running through crystal. Rutilated quartz to help give you that energy back. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay. Green kyanite. Green kyanite is excellent for the lungs and the respiratory tract. And just a couple more pieces, and then we will be ready to get started. Okay, so go ahead and use this moment to get settled and situated and comfortable. You can go ahead and grab any blankets, pillows, anything that you like to get comfortable. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. So if it's while you're meditating, doing yoga, painting, whatever it is you do that helps you feel better, or simply relaxing, almost getting into a gentle snooze, all of it's perfect. During the sending of this Reiki, just notice anything that comes up more than twice. It might be intuition or simply that inner knowingness bubbling up from within. That's it's like our body giving us a hint as to what it needs. If you notice the same thought or concept coming up twice or more, it's a good sign that it is more important. So just sort of pay attention. Other than that, the full moon can be very intense. This one particularly, like I said, I did record a video on making the most of this full moon in Virgo. It's up on our channel, so you can go ahead and watch that right after this if you'd like, or anytime this weekend. It's not going to be too late to make the most of it. And yeah, I'm really just grateful to have the opportunity to support you all today and to build this awesome grid with you all. So many beautiful colors, so many blues, greens, blue-greens, and browns. I love the spectrum that we've put together today. Thank you all so much for being a part of it. I can feel the communal chi at play this evening, and those of you who are working through some things, those of you who are physically not feeling it, I hope that this session is everything that you need to help you feel better and move forward easier. Thanks again for being here, and I'll come back for you in about a half an hour. You'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to open your eyes, start to come back to the space, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. You can also leave questions in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you at some point in the future as well. And next Community Distance Reiki is Sunday at 8 p.m. So enjoy your session. Thank you so much, and I will see you in a half an hour. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly give yourself the time to take a deep breath. Check in with yourself, see if you want a big stretch, or if you just need to move or bend. Thank you all so much for being with me this evening. It's an honor to share this healing with you all. Happy full moon in Virgo. This is going to be a particularly intense 2 weeks. But like anything with astrology, it's not so much something to be feared, it's something to be empowered and face. So I uploaded a video today that'll help you do that. Feel free to check that out at the end of this session, or anytime over the next couple of weeks. Included in there is a 10-minute healing that you can do over and over again as you need to. I don't know about you, but I certainly feel better. Please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them. And thanks again so much for being here. And even though times are tough, to reach out and make your self-care a priority. It's a thing. I know. I know. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. I hope you feel better, Cat Lady. I really do. Having a cold at the beginning of spring is, I mean, like, any time is fun, but especially at the beginning of spring. And heart, absolutely. Yeah, I'll be back on Sunday at 8 p.m. and of course this time next week. As usual, it's Sundays at 8 p.m., Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Thursdays at 8 a.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m. If you haven't already, if you could like the stream, that helps so much. And yeah, really appreciate you being here. I know this particular full moon is a little dicey. It's gonna be okay. Go ahead and feel free to drop in anytime for any healing, and if you subscribe with your notifications on, you'll know every time I go live. And of course, you can always drop in after the fact. Go ahead and watch a past stream. They're all up and available to watch. So it's actually really nice if you remember that there was a crystal that did a certain thing, you can go back and see which one it was. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you so much, Karen. I'm so glad you're here today. It's great to see you here. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, and enjoy this beautiful weekend we have coming up. I know I'm going to be enjoying it. I hope the weather is lovely wherever all of you happen to be this weekend. Yeah. Any questions or anything I can offer as far as guidance or support? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I love the grids. All of us building them together, that collective energy, you can totally feel it shining through in these pictures. If you look at our video list of all the past community distance Reikis, the thumbnail has the grid from each one, and sometimes I just look through them because they're so pretty. You all are so welcome. All of you are absolutely wonderful. I definitely appreciate ending the 5-day work week in this way. I mean, for me, it's Sunday is my Friday. Yes. Monday is my Saturday. So yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a good weekend of getting stuff done. Yeah, thank you too. I hope to see you all again soon. Like the stream and come back soon. Appreciate you all. And definitely check out the video I made for the full moon ritual. That'll really help, especially if you get any bumps in the road over this next couple of weeks of astrology. It'll be bumpy, but bumpy ultimately for the best. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my leave. Again, you can always ask any questions in the chat. I'll get back to you in the comments. You can always reach out to me too. If you take a peek in the description, there is all my socials, my website, and how to get a hold of me and all of that, as well as the schedule. And I always, for the weeks past, I'll always list all of the names of the crystals in the grid in the description. So if you're like, hey, I want to remember what that stone was, you can always come back and look. Okay. Oh, and I also have many of the crystals that are here on the grid are actually for sale in my shop. So the link is in the description too. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end us out for the night. Healing blessings and beauty to all of you. Love and light. Hope to see you all soon. Have a wonderful evening and goodbye for now.